Welcome back to the series where I'm building Deltarune Chapter 4 in Minecraft. In this installment, we're going to be taking a look at Gersons' study and the library, including the Dark Zone where you fight Jackenstein. There's not really much else to it, so let's just go into the time-lapse. Also, I wanted to get this video out before the anniversary, but that obviously didn't happen, so happy birthday to the Funny Bone Man. And with that, the study and library are both finished, so let us take the grand tour. I won't go into as much detail as I did last time. I'll mainly be pointing out the changes that I made, such as this stained glass window, which you never get to see this back wall, so I had completely free reign with this, and these balconies as well. Those are my doing. I just felt like they would be neat, and yeah, I think they were. Moving here, we've got a little hallway because, well, again, this doorway is in odds and this one is in evens, so it's just annoying. Over here, we've got the waterfall where you throw money into and get rewards based on how much money you put in. I have not finished this room yet. That'll be for next episode where we tackle the climbing sections, and this one is very climbing based. And we got this room with all the wafer cookie guys praying to this organic, which this guy's head was not easy to make. I did not make this accurate at all, but it was the closest I could get. So I tried. It's in a different place because there's another room in the way right through here. And this room, to make it not get in the way of any of their other rooms, I moved it to a different level to make it easier to work with. I've got this prophecy, which I've decided to start using text displays to make the prophecies. And we've got my best attempt at this symbol, which, I'm sorry musicians, I don't know what it's called, and I don't know what it does, except it marks the start of the melody. And I butchered it probably, but it's fine. We've got another prophecy. Again, evens and odds, you know. This one's, yeah, more or less the same. Now the big change is down here in this room. This is the room where you go to before you get to Jackenstein. So I've made it get darker and darker when you go through it, and then so there's a kind of big problem with this room. That's mainly the fact that you enter right here, and you come out a bit up here. That's a pretty long distance to cover. So I've decided instead of actually trying to make up rooms that would fit, I just decided to teleport you the whole way. It seemed a lot easier, and it is. And the climbing section, I was kinda worried on how to make these, because it's not exactly easy to be on one ladder or even jump between ladders, so I decided to ignore the jumps completely. You can see this is where there's supposed to be a gap. I had an idea in mind of some ways to do the jumps, which includes some ender pearls that disappear after you throw them too far, but I decided this was way easier. And, yeah, it was. It was way easier. So you can just climb along this. Why did I go into adventure? Okay. We got this whole area up here, then you go down here, and that is pretty much it. There's not really much. Library section is pretty small compared to the rest. It's essentially a giant circle. But so is this Dark World. There's not much different compared to the game. It's pretty game accurate, if I do say so myself. Oh, right, this is a problem. So when you when you climb up here, you'll end up instantly over here. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's quite a bit of distance between these two. So I decided to just make a long corridor between them. Alternatively, I could also use a teleport command where if you get far enough up here, you just get instantly teleported over there. I might add that in the future, but not yet. But yeah, that's more or less all I wanted to show you. Yeah, again, any suggestions to what I should change, or how it should improve it, or what I should add, leave them in the comments. Anything else about this build, if you want to tell me it sucks ass, leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to be building the final part of this dark world, where I'm gonna somehow have to connect this doorway, and I'm gonna somehow have to link it up here. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do that, but that is a problem for future me, so I don't have to worry about that right now.